Today, I put Steph Curry in the 1985 NBA draft, meaning that he'll be coming into the league a year after Michael Jordan and playing in a more physical era of basketball. Today's NBA thrives on perimeter play and three-point shooting, which Steph Curry has been a big beneficiary of. But what if we put Steph into a more physical era of basketball? Would he still be able to thrive and become the multiple-time MVP and champion that he is today, or would he struggle more? That's what we're here to find out. So we gotta start it off with the draft lottery to see what teams will have a chance at drafting Curry. And it looks like the Mavericks have the number 1 pick. The Warriors are picking it too, so we could see Steph in Golden State in the 80s, and the Washington Bullets have the 3rd overall pick. I'm assuming Steph is a lock to go top 3 in this draft. With the 1st overall pick in the 1985 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks pick up Patrick Ewing. Will Curry go 2nd overall to the Warriors? No. They're gonna take Karl Malone, meaning that Steph Curry is still on the board at 3rd, and Chris Mullin is gonna go to the Bullets. Are we gonna see Curry and Mike team up? No way Curry falls to 5. Chicago is gonna pick up Curry, meaning that we now have a duo of Steph and MJ. This could be the greatest duo in NBA history. Mike is headed into the 2nd year of his NBA career, and he's already a superstar. And we know that Steph can develop into a superstar as well. This duo is going to be incredible. Let's get into season number 1. Season number 1 is wrapped, and Steph Curry took home the Rookie of the Year. He's looking to make the 3 teams that passed on him in the draft regret it. He comes in and averages 23 points per game along with 7 assists a night, and he shot over 40% from the 3-point line. He actually took a good amount of threes for this era, 185 3-point attempts on the year, and he knocked down 78 of them. Michael Jordan made All-NBA first team, and Steph Curry even made All-NBA in his rookie year. Unfortunately though, we just barely missed out on the playoffs with 32 wins. The Eastern Conference was weak this season, but we still couldn't make the postseason. But honestly, I'm not too mad at us missing the playoffs. I mean, if we only won 32 games, we didn't really have a chance at the championship. I'd rather us be in the draft lottery and have a chance at that number 1 overall pick. Wow, we have a 14.3% chance. That's a good chance. We moved up to number 2. Now this is the 1986 NBA draft. There's players like Dennis Rodman, maybe Jordan and Rodman play together. We could get Brad Daughtry, Chuck Person, Drazen Petrovic. There's some good players available in this draft. With the 1st overall pick in the 1986 draft, the Kings take Brad Daughtry. At 2, Chicago, we're gonna select Len Bias. Rest in peace to Len Bias, of course, but now we're going to get to see his NBA career play out as a teammate of Michael Jordan and Steph Curry. I'm really excited for this. I think that the big 3 we have in Chicago could become a dynasty. We even picked up John Drew to run some small forward, 85 overall. Yeah, we've got a crazy team here in Chicago. I think we'll definitely be a playoff squad this year, but give us a couple years and we'll be a perennial contender. Another season in the books, Magic wins MVP once again. Mike was on first team. Steph Curry makes second team. Numbers jumped up quite a bit, especially in terms of the assists. Almost 10 assists a night. He also made a few more 3-pointers this year. And surprisingly, Len Bias did not make the all-rookie team. Oh, he just didn't get much PT this year. We did have Dave Greenwood, who I guess was eating up a lot of the power forward minutes. But once the progression hits for Bias, I expect him to get a lot more minutes. For now though, we're headed into the playoffs as the 4 seed. We won 47 games on the year. Not bad at all. In round number 1, we're going to be taking on Boston. This is a tough team to face. Larry Legendary, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, and Quinn Buckner. Game 1 of the series will go to the Celtics. They also take game 2. We will win game 3, but we end up losing in 4. Steph Curry, a great first round series, 48 points in game 4. He did not want to lose in that one, but unfortunately, he still lost. And as we head into season number 3, Steph Curry is up to a 91, MJ is up to a 97, and Len Bias is up to an 82. Our young core is really starting to come together. Hopefully we can win 50 plus games this year. Season is wrapped, and this year we did pretty similar to how we did last year. Michael Jordan did win Defensive Player of the Year, congrats to Mike, and Len Bias won Most Improved. That's what I like to see. 14 points, 7 rebounds a night. Mike was named to All-NBA First Team. Steph was on the second team. Numbers continuing to improve. Assists were down a little bit, but he averaged more steals and more points. And this year, he made over 100 three-pointers, so even in the old school NBA, he's letting it fly. 47 wins on the season made us the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. And in round number 1, we got the Philadelphia 76ers. In yesterday's video, LeBron James had quite a few battles against Barkley and the Sixers, and here we are with Steph going up against Philly. And Steph got absolutely cooked in round 1. We lost 3-1. Barkley is tough, man. He averaged 30 points and 11 rebounds in round number 1. Steph has been great in the playoffs throughout this video. We just got to find a way to make it past the first round. I don't really know what the issue is. Maybe our guys just need some more playoff experience. Also, real quick, if you're enjoying the video so far, I'd really appreciate if you consider subscribing. I know it's really annoying when YouTubers do this, but only 8% of you all who watch the videos are subscribed, so if you enjoy the videos, subscribe. Anyways, headed into season number 4 for Steph Curry. He's up to a 93 overall. Len Bias is up to an 86, and Mike is getting close to 99. Hopefully this year we can at least make the second round. I'm not trying to hype us up or anything, but I think this might be our year. Mike makes first team once again. Steph Curry was on the second team, career high in points and assists per game. And check it out, we won 55 games on the season. Len Bias was out there hooping for us, and we were the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. And we're gonna get a rematch against Philly. At this point, Dr. J and Moses Malone are really old, so a lot of it is on Charles Barkley's shoulders. We have no reason to lose in this series. Game 1 is gonna go to us. We also take game 2, and it's gonna be a sweep. We're moving on to round number 2 against the Celtics with Larry Legendary. They picked up Mark Price. They've still got Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson. Man, this is a tough squad. We got to be locked in for this one. Game number 1 of the series goes to us. They're gonna take game 2. We win game 3, and they win game 4. Setting up a big game 5 with the series all tied up. And game 5 is coming down to the wire. We're down by 4 points with about a minute 30 to go here. Steph Curry is not currently checked in the game, and that's because he's fouled out. All right, Mike. All right, Len Bias. I'm gonna need you guys to be locked in. Watley bringing up the ball. He's gonna get the screen from Bias. Watley finds Hobson. Hobson pulls a mid-range and knocks it down. Big shot. Mark Price has it for Boston. He gets the screen from Robert Parrish. Fading 3. Oh my goodness. We're in the 1980s. It isn't 2024. That was a big shot from Mark Price. I didn't expect him to take that one. And now Boston is sitting on a 5-point lead. We need a bucket desperately. It's gonna go to Hobson. Hobson to the basket, and it's good. Hobson's cooking right now. We're only down by 3. We gotta stop Boston though. Do not let Mark Price hit another one of those fading 3s. He gets the screen from Parrish, pulls a midi, and knocks it down. Down by 5, we need a bucket or this game might just be over. The ball's gonna go into Hobson. Hobson over to Turpin. Now it goes to Watley, back to Turpin. Turpin's gonna pull a 3, and he misses. Why are we shooting so many 3s? I didn't expect to see these teams pulling from the 3-point line, but after that missed 3 from us, we were done for. We end up losing by 7 points, and the Boston Celtics get the big game 5 win as Steph Curry has to watch from the bench. He fouled out. And now, headed into game 6, we need the win. Our season is on the line, and we end up losing. Steph with a 40 ball, but it's not going to be enough. Mark Price with 33. Yeah, he's cooking. And we go down in the second round to the Boston Celtics. The good news is our core players are continuing to improve. The only thing I think the team could really use is a better starting center. We might have a 70 overall starting at the 5 this year, and that would be tragic. Otherwise though, we're just gonna need the big 3 to perform. Let's get into another season. Another season in the books, man. D-Rob has taken over 3 seasons into his NBA career, and he already has 2 MVPs. This year, both Steph and Michael Jordan made the All-NBA first team, but despite that, we only won 46 games. That means we're the 6th seed in this year's playoffs. Round number 1, we got Miami. We're up 2-1 against the Heat, and we're headed to a Game 5, a winner-go-home situation here in round number 1. And it looks like the Miami Heat will get the best of us in this one. Len Bias with a great effort. Oh my goodness, Bias might be becoming a superstar in this league. Over 30 points per game in round number 1. Insane efficiency as well. I think we could see some crazy progression from Bias this summer. Also, Mike was good. He had 5 steals in this one, 27 points, 13 assists. Steph had 23, but we still couldn't get the win. It seems like our star players are really showing up, so we might just need better role players or something. I don't know what we need, but for now, this is the squad we're working with. Let's get into another season. Another season in the books. D-Rob is trying to become the GOAT. Michael Jordan wins DPOY this year, averaging a little over 25 a night. Steph Curry made second team this season as he had the best year of his career. Over 27 points per game, adding on about 10 assists a night. And also a career high in threes made, 163 3-pointers. And despite Mike and Curry doing their thing, Len Bias also was out there having the best season of his career. We still only won 44 games, making us the 6th seed in round number 1, where we're taking on Detroit. And against Detroit, we've got a winner-go-home Game 5. The Pistons have Mike's best buddy, Isaiah Thomas. And Detroit is going to get the win in Game 5. Mike with 31, Steph 27 and 13, Bias 18 and 9. It's not going to be enough though. We lose once again. I thought we had something special in Chicago, but I might have been wrong. I mean, Steph has played 6 seasons, and the furthest we've made it is the second round. Now that Curry has 3 years on his contract, if things don't start to change, I think he should consider pursuing free agency, which is crazy to say with the squad we have. But if we're not going to perform, then something's got to change for Steph, right? Anyway, let's get into another year. Maybe this can finally be our season where we get over the hump. Maybe at least make a conference finals or something. David Robinson is the best player ever. Mike made first team once again. Steph Curry was on second team this year. Numbers dropped off quite a bit, but a career high in assists. And we were the 1 seed, 56 wins. I was talking about how I wasn't so sure about the team anymore, but they finally had a big season. And in round number 1, we're taking on the New Jersey Nets. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. This is a good 8 seed team, but if we lose to them, I'm just going to be flabbergasted, bro. Alright, I was about to say, like, they had no business being in a Game 5 with us. We got the dub. It's Steph Curry, 40 and 13. Good stuff, Curry. Round 2, it's going to be the Atlanta Hawks. Kevin Willis, Dominique Wilkins, Drazen Petrovic. This is the team that Bron played for in yesterday's video. Game 1 of the series will go to Atlanta. We win Game 2, they win Game 3, we take Game 4, setting up a big Game 5 with the series all tied up. Now, last time we were in the second round, we were facing the Celtics, and that's where everything went wrong, was in Game 5. So we need this win against the Atlanta Hawks so that we can have the momentum in the series, and it looks like this one's going to come down to the wire, so we might as well jump in. As we hop in, Steph Curry is at the foul line. He's got 22 points and 12 assists in this one. First free throw is good. Second one for Curry is off. Come on, man. You're Wardell, Stephen Curry. You're known for making free throws. And now we are down by 3 points. Richardson bringing up the ball here. Richardson gonna lob it up to Dominique. It's intercepted by Michael Jordan. Now Jordan's gonna find Bias for a mid-range, and it's good. Just like that, we are within 1 point. Richardson setting it up for Atlanta. They're probably going to Dominique once again. Yep, Richardson gives the ball to Wilkins. Wilkins defended by Mike. Good defense from the DPOY, and Jordan's gonna miss. It's rebounded by Roberts, and now the ball goes to Stephen Curry. Chicago is only down by a point here. Curry gets the screen, gives it to Mike in the mid-range, and he knocks it down. Your Chicago Bulls now have a 1-point lead, and the Atlanta Hawks need a timeout. They want to talk things over. Now, Atlanta is still only down by 1, so a stop here would go a long way. The ball's going to go into Dominique Wilkins. Wilkins trying to create some space on Jordan, but Mike is locking down right now, so it goes to Willis. Willis over to Detlef Schrempf. Not much time left on the shot clock. Schrempf's going to put up a tough shot and get it to go. Big bucket from Detlef to give the Atlanta Hawks a 1-point lead. Down by a point here, we are looking for an answer. Roberts gave it into Curry, and Curry stepped over the line. Are you kidding me? A backcourt violation? So now Atlanta regains possession of the ball. They're gonna burn some clock here as they have the lead. Richardson gets the screen from Wilkins. Wilkins rolls and dunks it. Oh my goodness, that backcourt violation from Steph was so bad. That might end up selling us right here. We're down by 3 points. You gotta go to Wardell though. You need a 3-pointer to tie the game. It's simple math. Give the ball to Steph Curry. I don't care if he just got a backcourt violation. Give it into him. Let him hit a 3. Roberts is inbounding the ball. It goes into Steph Curry. Curry gonna pull from deep, and he misses. No! Yeah, man, I can't lie. I can't defend Steph in this one. He kind of blew this game. Dominique Wilkins at the line, and that's probably gonna do it. Wilkins also is gonna hit his second free throw. I mean, we can try to run the ball up the floor quick, hit a 3, foul, and then hit another 3. Steph gives it over to Watley, over to Bias for a 3, and Bias knocks it down. All right, we're gonna need a missed free throw, but there's a chance here. Sam Bowie gives it into Richardson, and we're able to foul pretty quickly. Pooh Richardson at the line. First one is good. Come on, miss the second. Make it a little bit interesting, and he misses. All right, we're gonna have a chance at a heave, and it misses. Oh, man. So that will do it for Game 5. We're gonna be facing elimination in Game 6. Yeah, Steph, this one's kind of on you, bro. So now we are 1 L away from our season being over, and we're gonna get the Game 6 win, setting up a winner-go-home Game 7 with the conference finals trip on the line. And we are so close to making our first conference finals. It looks like we'll manage the win. Michael Jordan with 30, Curry at 19 and 14. This Ken Norman dude dropped 23. Shout out to him. And now we're in the conference finals taking on the Pistons. Mike versus Isaiah. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 will also go to us. Pistons win Game 3. We win Game 4 and 5. We're moving on to the NBA Finals against Houston with Hakeem, Ralph Sampson, Clyde the Glide. This is going to be a tough matchup for sure. Game 1 of the series will go to the Rockets. Rockets also take Game 2. We win in Game 3 and Game 4, so now we're headed to a big Game 5 with the series all tied up. Last time we were in a big Game 5, we lost, and it looks like the same thing is going to happen in this Game 5 against Houston. They beat us by 16 despite Steph's 33. Man, what a playoff run this has been for Steph. Unfortunately, though, Hakeem Olajuwon just went out there and had an incredible game. 38 and 16, and in Game 6, our season could be over. And it looks like the Houston Rockets will get the best of us. They end up winning. Mike and Curry tried their best. They left it all out there on the floor, but we lose, and the Rockets are NBA champions. Hakeem Olajuwon wins Finals MVP. And now we are 7 years into Curry's career, and he is still ringless. Time to lock in and get a chip, Steph. We were so close last season. Also, this year, Mike is on the final season of his deal, so we gotta watch out and see if he signs that extension, because if he leaves the team, things could get ugly. Anyway, let's get into another year. How many MVPs is this for D-Rob, man? Oh my goodness, it's already 5, and he's won them all in a row. That's crazy. Mike makes All-NBA first team once again, and we don't have to worry about him leaving. He signed a 5-year extension. Steph Curry's on second team this year, and we only won 49 games, a bit of a down year coming off the finals loss. Round number 1, we got Detroit. Mike and his good buddy Isaiah just can't get enough of each other. They keep facing off in the playoffs, and this year we might just lose. All right, we got a winner-go-home Game 5. Let's send the Pistons packing. We are going to manage the Game 5 win. Shout out to Len Bias, 31 points, and we're moving on to round number 2 against Indiana. The million-time MVP, D-Rob. This is going to be a tough series against the Admiral. Yeah, we're down 3-1, and we lose in 5. Steph has been good in the playoffs as usual, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. And I just had a random thought. I wonder where Curry is on the all-time threes made list in this simulation. He's already number 1 all-time with 942. That is crazy, because Steph has only played 8 seasons. Wow. Headed into year number 9 of Curry's career, one thing to watch out for is his impending free agency. He's on the last year of his contract. We'll have to see if he signs an extension to remain in Chicago. Another season in the books, and this year we completely fell off. Steph Curry made All-NBA second team. Mike was on the third team this year. Is Mike getting old or something? What's going on? But yeah, we missed the playoffs. 38 wins, just barely missed the playoffs too. And despite missing out on the postseason, Steph did sign an extension to remain in Chicago. Now, since we didn't make the postseason, we are in the draft lottery with a 0.5% chance of getting the number 1 pick. And we do get the number 11 pick in the draft. We picked up Antonio Lang. Hopefully last season was just a fluke or something and we can make it back to the playoffs next year. Another season in the books, the greatest ever does it again. Steph Curry makes All-NBA second team and Mike's on third team again. What's going on, MJ? Now this year we did win 52 games. We bounced back in a big way. And in round number 1, we got the New York Knicks. We take care of them in 4. In round 2, it's going to be Philly. Another battle against Charles Barkley. Game 1 of the series goes to us. We also take game 2. They win game 3. We win game 4. They're going to win game 5, and we get out of there in 6. We're in the conference finals, taking on Atlanta. Dominique Wilkins and John Stockton on the Hawks. Pretty nice duo. Game 1 of the series will go to us. We also take game 2. Oh, we're about to make the finals, man. Don't let them come back. Okay, great. We're in the NBA Finals, taking on the Sacramento Kings. They've got Scottie Pippen. Sorry, Scottie, you got replaced by Steph. Game number 1 of the series goes to us. Game 2 also goes to us. We're up 3-0. We are finally NBA champions. And on a team where he's playing alongside Michael Jordan, Steph Curry wins Finals MVP, averaging 27 and 12 in the NBA Finals. We finally did it, man. Missed the playoffs last year. Came back in a big way this year. Now we just got to see if we can go back to back. Man, this Chicago team is just so up and down. This year was a down year for the squad. Steph Curry did not make All-NBA at all on the season. Mike was on third team. He's 33 now, which is crazy. And we only won 39 games. We missed the playoffs, and that was mainly because we were just ice cold at the end of the year. We had a 5-game losing streak to close out the season. Now, there is a silver lining to this. This is the 1996 NBA draft with AI, Kobe, Ray Allen, Nash, those guys. And we're going to be in the draft lottery. We have a very small chance at landing number 1, and it looks like we are not going to land number 1. We're picking at 13. Maybe we can still get somebody decent. It looks like we'll pick up Lorenzen Wright, and Kobe still ends up going to the Lakers in this NBA universe. You know what's crazy? Last video, AI went to the Grizzlies as well. That's kind of funny how that worked out. Anyways, hopefully we're not in the draft lottery again next season, because Mike could end up leaving if that happens. He's on the final year of his deal. Steph's only got 2 years left. We could see this whole core fall apart if we continue to struggle. Well, it's back to the draft lottery for your Chicago Bulls. Mike made second team this year. Man, Steph might just be washed. Wait, how did Mike make second team and third team? That's crazy. Also, Mike did sign a 5-year extension to stay with the team, but we did completely miss out on the playoffs. Now, this year's draft is the Tim Duncan and T-Mac draft. Also, Chauncey is here, and we have a pick in the lottery. It's going to be 11th. Who knows? Maybe somebody good will fall to us. We get Marco Milic. And unless things turn around in Chicago this year, I'm going to force Steph to hit free agency and leave the team. We've been struggling quite a bit over these past few seasons. Len Bias is starting to get older. Michael Jordan's getting older. I'm not sure that this team is going to be good moving forward, and I want to give Curry the opportunity to go out there and compete. I feel like any star player in this situation where they weren't making the playoffs, they would probably explore free agency and try to find a new team. So let's get into this upcoming season, and unless we bounce back, Steph is going to be leaving. Season is wrapped. Chris Webber wins MVP this time. Mike and Curry both missed out on All-NBA, but we did have a bit of a bounce back year, winning 44 games and making the playoffs. Latrell Sprewell is here in Chicago now, as we added him to the team via a trade. Unfortunately, we traded Len Bias to go out and get Latrell Sprewell, but Spree helped us get back to the playoffs, and as a result, Steph signed an extension with the team. So hopefully we can make some noise in the postseason. We're finally back here, and we're in round 2 after beating the Toronto Raptors easily in round number 1. Next up, it's going to be the Knicks with John Starks and Mutombo. After 3 games, we're up 2-1. We're up 3-1. They're going to win game 5, but we win game 6. So we're in the conference finals taking on New Jersey. They've got a young KG, and they've got Rick Smits and Allen Houston. Game 1 of the series will go to us. We also take Game 2. They win Game 3 and 4. We're going to take Game 5, and they're going to take Game 6, setting up a winner go home Game 7, chance to make it back to the NBA Finals. And this one's going to come down to the wire. We've got a 2-point game here with a minute 38 to go. It's been a while since we've had some postseason action. Let's get into this. Ball's going to go into Steph Curry. Curry gonna dump it down to Spree. Well, Spree finds Mike for 3 and Jordan knocks it down. Curry might have been giving MJ some shooting lessons. It goes down to Garnett for a layup. He misses. Now Steph Curry's gonna get it once again for Chicago. He's setting things up. Curry gonna get the screen up top here and pull a 3. Steph misses. It's rebounded by Rick Smits. Now the ball's going to go to Edwards. Edwards gives it to Murdoch. Murdoch gets the screen up top and gives it to KG. Garnett going to fake a couple times. He's kind of stuck there. Not much time left on the shot clock. Garnett swings it to Murdoch. Now it goes to Edwards. Edwards going to get the screen here. Shot clock winding down. He pulls a 3 and misses. And now we're sitting on a 5-point lead with possession of the ball. Steph Curry gets trapped. Swings it to Mike. Now it goes to Spreewell wide open and he knocks it down. That's going to do it. We're going back to the NBA Finals. Latrell Sprewell with some big plays there in the clutch. 31 in this one. Spree has proved to be a huge pickup. We're going to the NBA Finals. And in the finals, it's going to be the Portland Trail Blazers. They don't have a player above 90 overall. We should be able to win this one. Game 1 of the series goes to the Blazers. They take Game 2 and Game 3. We got swept. I came into that so confident, and then D. Brown absolutely cooked us. But definitely a step in the right direction. Latrell Sprewell was a great pickup for us, and we made it back to the finals this year. Hopefully we can build off of that run, make it to the finals next year, and win a championship. Another season in the books. Jason Kidd wins MVP this time. No All-NBA for Steph or Mike once again. And after making the finals, we're out of the playoffs. This team is so inconsistent. I mean, last offseason we added Ricky Davis, and he's starting to progress. We also got guys like Aaron McKee, Lorenzen Wright, and then Olden Pauly Nice. Like, we got some other pieces alongside our guys. Oh my gosh, we drafted Lamar Odom this year. He should be able to help too. I think the future is kind of bright for this team. As long as Mike doesn't start falling off too hard, we should be okay. Also, I guess we got to start watching out for Steph falling off too, because he's 34 at this point. Another season in the books, and it seems like having that additional depth on the team definitely paid off. Shout out to Mike, he's back on All-NBA. But we won 45 games this year. We're back in the NBA playoffs. Is that Muggsy on our team? The tallest player in NBA history was out there getting buckets. Bro, 5'3" and in the NBA is insanity. Anyway, let's get into round number 1. We got Miami. It's headed to a winner go home Game 5, and we win. All right, we're moving on to round number 2 against Detroit. They look a lot different now. Jason Kidd's running the point guard. They've also got Sean Kemp. That's a good pick and roll. But they may not be good enough to beat us. We're up 3-1. They win Game 5 and 6, meaning that we're headed to a winner go home Game 7. Don't blow a 3-1, Steph. You've done that before and it was a bad look. Well, Steph did it again. He lost. He hadn't blown a 3-1 in this video. I was talking about the 3-1 he blew in real life in the finals to the Cavs, but now he blew a 3-1 in the second round to the Detroit Pistons. But after that L, I think we definitely got some hope. Look at all the young guys on our team that are starting to progress. They should be able to really help us as we head into another season. Hopefully we can make it back to the finals. Well, this season, we're back to watching the playoffs from our couches. 42 wins did not earn us a playoff spot. Numbers starting to drop for old man Curry. And Mike's been hovering around 20 a game for quite some time, but he is 38 at this point. So I guess it's back to watching the draft lottery and hoping we get a good pick. We ended up landing the 12th pick. I don't think that's going to change the franchise, but we'll see. Jamal Tinsley, welcome to Chicago. And with a lot of old men on this team, we're going to need some of the young guys to pick up the slack. Retirement's probably looming for MJ, and you could say the same for Curry as he's 36. We'll see how this season goes. It'd be nice to see the team make at least one last run at it before Curry retires. Another season in the books. No All-NBA for Mike or Curry. Mike did make All-Defense, but we just barely missed out on the playoffs. We literally had the same amount of wins as the 8 seed. We went on an 8-game win streak to close out the season. We wanted to be in the playoffs badly, but just barely missed out. Congrats to Kobe on the chip. They had Kobe wearing number 5 because Anthony Peeler was wearing number 8. Let me change that real quick. That was bothering me. Anyways, we're back in the draft lottery. We land the 13th pick. I hope that next year we're absolutely trash because that's the 03 draft, and maybe we could land Bron if we're really bad. We bring in J.R. Bremer in this year's draft. The team still looks pretty decent in terms of depth, but our top guys are just starting to get older and older. Steph will turn 38 in this upcoming season, and Mike's gonna turn 40. Maybe they have one last run in them. We'll have to see. Season in the books, and unfortunately, with this year being the 03 draft, we decided to lock in and win a bunch of games. Now, obviously, I'm happy we're back in the playoffs, but if we lose in round 1, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed because I would have rather had a top pick. Also, as we head into these playoffs, it's important to note that Mike is gonna be retiring at the end of the season. This might be our last chance to do something big in Mike's farewell season. Round number 1, we got Detroit, and we take care of them in a sweep. The first round is now first to 4 wins. In round number 2, we got Atlanta. They just pulled off an upset against the 1 seed. We're up 2-1 against them. They win game 4. We win game 5 and game 6. Back in the conference finals. We got KG in the Nets. This is going to be tough. Game 1 of the series goes to us. They take game 2. We win game 3. They win game 4. We win game 5. And they win game 6. Setting up a winner go home game 7 here. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to lose in game 7. It was a good run for the guys, but we just came up short. A KG triple-double in game 7 to close us out. Mike with 16 points, 4 assists, and a steal in his final NBA game. Steph Curry only 8 points in this one. We needed more out of him. Now, Michael Jordan is out of here after 19 seasons at the age of 40. All right, Steph, it's all on you. It looks like Lamar Odom and Ricky Davis might be here to help out a little bit, but we need Steph to have a big season, and he's about to be 39, so I don't know how much we can ask of the old man. Season is wrapped, and oh my goodness, this year was tragic for your Chicago Bulls. We won 26 games. Mike leaving definitely took a toll on the squad, but it seems like Steph doesn't want to retire just yet. He wants a contract extension. Now, with us losing so many games, we'll have a chance at the number 1 pick, and probably a really high chance at the number 1 pick in the draft lottery, so we'll see how this goes. We've got a 20% chance, and we fell down to 5. I do want to actually jump in the draft and see if we pick somebody up or if we trade the pick. This year's draft is headlined by Dwight Howard, who still hasn't been picked up yet. No way Dwight falls to us. Wait, what? Come on, Charlotte, don't do it. Oh my gosh, just draft Dwight, please. Please draft Dwight. We did it. Okay. We might have a chance here. Now, Dwight is only in his rookie season. He's an 81 overall. But Steph, if you can hang on for a couple more years, let Dwight develop, we might have something here. Now, I don't know how many years Steph has left in him, considering he's about to be 40. But man, the Steph and Dwight pick and roll could be insane. Anyway, let's get to another season. We'll see if Dwight can make an instant impact. Another season in the books. Shout out to Dwight Howard winning Rookie of the Year here in Chicago. Unfortunately, though, we still missed out on the playoffs. We were definitely better than last year, but Steph only averaged 13 a night. He wants to re-sign with Chicago this summer, but he is set to become an unrestricted free agent. Maybe Chicago doesn't want to bring him back. I hope they bring him back, though. I don't really care about the team winning championships at this point. I feel like it'd just be good for Steph to finish his career as a Bull. And it looks like Chicago will offer Steph a deal to stick around, which I like to see. I want him to retire in Chicago. He's played here so long at this point. And as of now, Steph still isn't thinking about retirement. And Dwight Howard's starting to get a lot better. Maybe we could start to make some noise here in Chicago. We'll see what happens. Season is wrapped, and unfortunately, we ended up missing out on the playoffs this year, winning 36 games. Steph Curry averaged a career low 12.6 points per night, and he says he's ready to retire. After 21 years pro, at age 41, Steph Curry has officially left the game. He won 1 ring, won a Finals MVP, made 18 All-Star teams, 1 All-NBA first team, 8 All-NBA second teams, and 1 All-NBA third team. definitely not as impressive as the resume he's built up in real life. Although Steph did finish second on the all-time scoring list, he was first on the threes made list with over 3,000, and he was also first all-time in assists, and he even played the most minutes in NBA history. That's it for the video. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.